What's poppin', Rob Television? Welcome back to another reaction with your boy. As you can see by the title, man. Yes, I'm back with another Larry Legend reaction video. As you can see by the title, today's video is going to be Larry Bird's 8 most arrogant moments, which I don't think that it's arrogance, it's just confidence, and he always execute with the confidence of him saying he's going to do something. And I guess it might have rubbed some people the wrong way. But you know what we do with him, man. I ain't going to talk out of depth. Before we get into the reaction video, man, make sure you do me a big favor, man. Smash that thumbs up button. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Click that post notification bell to be notified on all things Rob Television. Let's check him out. Shout out to Basketball Time Machine too, man.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the show. I'm Sean David, and as always,
What's up,
thanks
Sean?
for tuning in. If you talk to NBA legends about the best trash talkers who ever played in the NBA, you can be pretty certain that Larry Bird's name gets mentioned quite a few times. The crazy thing was, that guy was not only super confident, but sometimes even arrogant. But he could always back it up, which made it even more special. That's why I'm a big fan of Larry Bird. So in this video, I want to feature some of the craziest and most arrogant trash talk stories of Larry Bird, some of my personal favorites. But before we start with this video, if you like the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I would say let's start right away.
This is a different story when you talk trash and you can't back it up. When you can back it up, you know what I mean? It's like, is it really trash talk?
So, number one, super cold Larry Bird. Even a Larry Bird can have an off night, not performing on the highest standard, missing shots, not playing well in general. But where other players would stop to shoot, Larry Bird has a different kind of approach.
We're playing Phoenix, and we're way ahead, okay? When we're down in the old Saddle Dome that they had outside.
Right.
And Larry, you know, we're playing good as a team. Larry has the worst fourth quarter known to man. I mean, he's throwing the ball to the other team. I'm like, good Lord, we had like a 15-point lead. Next thing you know, we're down 2. And I'm like, oh, how in the world are we going to lose this game? And Larry says, I'm going to bust the play. I'm going to shoot a 3. And I'm like, Birdie, it's just getting to overtime. I'm going to Robert. You know, Robert, we need to get into overtime, man. Try to get this ship right because we're sinking, man. I tell you right now. So, you know, Larry not only tells me that, he walked by the bench and says, you know, typical Birdie, just real slow, fixing to bust a 3 on your guys and go home. And so he breaks the play.
Maxwell waits. Maxwell gets it to Bird. Bird turns and shoots, and
Larry hits it. He looks at the bench and goes, told you so. That was Birdie. And just, he had the confidence. Man, that dude had so much confidence. He talked to the coaches. He talked to everybody. He was talking trash all the time, man. But fun. Great competitor, man.
Number 2, ball on the butt. You would think that great players would be afraid of trash talking other great players. You know, you don't want to get them heated up and stuff. Well, not Larry Bird. You guys remember Brett Doherty, one of the best centers of the 1980s, playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers? Well, he had a pretty interesting story to say.
Brad Daugherty told me this story when he was like second year in the league, and they were in the playoffs against the Celtics. Down 1, Larry Bird catches the ball in the deep corner, and he steps back for a 3. And before he takes the 3, he's like, oh, wow, he's going for the win. He's not going for the tie. And so Brad Daugherty runs out, and he head fakes him. And as he head fakes him, now it's 3-2, he hits him on the butt with the ball, and then he shoots it at the buzzer. And the confidence that hit him on the butt as he flew by him trying to block a shot, I'm like, there's no more confidence.
Number 3, who comes in second? I guess that has to be one of the most iconic Larry Bird stories. But with other stories where you just have one witness, with that one, many people were present and many people say the same thing. So crazy story. You guys listen up. Let's check the clip.
The All-Star game is in Dallas, the first three-point contest, and he just starts looking at guys, doesn't say a word, and people are getting kind of nervous. And then he finally speaks and says, I'm just looking to see who's going to finish second.
Some pure trash talking and just general bravado. And the theatrics of it all was made for Larry.
And Larry would back up his boast by not only winning the contest, but blowing away the competition.
You know, I hate to pause it, but I believe that, and I don't know if I've ever said this in any of my other reactions, but I think, like, one thing about Bird, him and Mike had the type of mentality to where they would say things to put extra pressure on themselves to make themselves perform at the highest level. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of like what I be getting from a lot of stuff that Bird says he does, because, like, if you say you're gonna do some of these things that he say, like him saying he's here to see who's gonna come in second place, and if he doesn't come in first, people gonna be looking at him like, man, do you know what this dude had to come to there and say? But then when he actually execute on these things that he's saying, people looking at him like, wow, this dude actually said that. Like, let me know what y'all think about this.
With a phenomenal shooting display.
Greatness, man.
That checks had my name on it for a week now.
That pressure
I
on
knew I was
this
going to win this thing. I've been practicing. My teammates said I wasn't going to win it, but I came back and lucked out, really.
By the way, the following season, he won the contest again, and he didn't even...
He knew exactly what the score was. He knew that that ball was going to win the competition for him, and it's almost like he did it in dramatic fashion just to make it more fun.
I said the same thing, man.
Did you really say that? Who's playing for second?
Yeah, I did. I felt so bad because I didn't realize there's so much tension on it. You know, I'm out there every day in front of these fans, and
who were some of the guys? Who were some of the guys in the competition at that time when you walked in? Who was in that field?
You know,
come on, coach. You know.
No, I don't really remember.
Number 4, the left-handed game. That is actually one of the craziest stories I've ever heard in my entire life. You know, as a professional, you should be able to shoot with the right hand and dribble the ball with the right and the left hand, so being both-handed. But Larry Bird took that theory to a different level. That guy got so bored that he said he would play an entire game with his left hand, or at least 3/4, and still perform on the craziest level.
At the end of one of the trips, he had accomplished every goal. We hadn't lost a game on the trip. And Larry told all of us players, and the media too, we were all standing around waiting to leave. He said, tomorrow night's the last game of the trip. I'm going to play this one left-handed at least through 3/4.
What a performance by Bird!
And at the end of 3/4, the next night in Portland against poor Jerome Kersey, he had 27 points left-handed. And it was a remarkable performance.
Next on my list, number 5, heat check / coach's lap. That has to be my favorite Larry Bird story of all time. That is not only arrogant, that is just on a different kind of level. I think that probably has to be the most arrogant story that ever happened in the NBA. And who did it? Well, Larry Bird.
He saw Dominique, this up-and-coming player, and he just tortured him mentally that game. He tortured all of them. He was calling shots off the glass. Who's next? Where do you want this one from? And he just made one after another. When he got to about the 55th point, you knew it was something special. Even as a player, and that usually doesn't happen, but we're down so much at the time. You had time to realize the game. His last shot, he said, in the trainer's lap, coming down the court, which meant it was going to be a 3 and it was going to be off the season. Then he said, who wants it? And I think Ricky Brown, I'm not for sure who it was, ran out after him. And he shot this high rainbow. It goes in. Ricky bumps into him and accidentally knocks him on our trainer's lap. So it was exactly what he said. It was an accident, but it was almost fate. And they show a shot of our bench. Cliff Livingston and Eddie Johnson are standing up giving each other high fives.
Number 6, you should have gone for 60. So we've just witnessed the game of the Boston Celtics versus the Atlanta Hawks, so Larry Bird's 60-point game. That game was crazy on so many levels, but what is even crazier, a few days prior, Kevin McHale broke the franchise record, which was, I think, 56 for the Boston Celtics. You know what? Just roll the clip because you got to listen to that for yourself.
We do have video of this. It lasted about 9 days, as a matter of fact.
Yes, it did. This was me getting 56 there against Detroit.
That's something you don't see often right there, was a skinny Quinn Buckman.
And there I go, getting 56, feeling pretty good about myself. And it was
Still
9 days later.
To Kevin
As a matter of fact, towards the end of the game, Larry came up to me and said, I said, I'm going to come out. Minute and a half or 2 minutes ago in the game, Larry said, were you crazy? I said, no, I'm had enough, man. We're ahead. And he goes, if I get that hot, I'm not stopping. Well, 9 days later, he got that hot. I said, you stopping? He said, no.
Number 7, X-Men
Should've
down.
went for 60.
If you are a fan of the 1980s, then of course you remember Xavier McDaniel, one of the toughest guys in the entire NBA. One of the few guys you didn't want to mess with because that guy was not only talk, that guy was the real deal. But Larry Bird still didn't care. Check this one out.
They called the time out. He said, you know I'm going to get it. I said, I know. I'm going to be waiting.
And during the timeout, I'm going through a play, and I said, all right, this is what we're going to run. All right, then as you get the ball, you go over here, and you pass to Kevin, then you go to the corner. And Robert, you come over. Then about that time, Larry steps in and says, Coach, why don't you just give me the ball and tell everybody to get out of the way? Now, after the timeout, we walk back on the court. And Larry's going down to his position, so he tells Xavier, he says, I'm getting the ball.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to get it right here. I'm going to shoot it right in your face.
10 seconds. 5, and Bird has the basketball. Look out. 2 seconds on the clock.
And, you know, he was like, I didn't mean to leave 2 seconds on the clock. I walked back to the sideline like, damn.
Larry Bird just phenomenal the way that...
And then the crazy thing about it is not only did he hit that in his face, it was another guy who came over and gave him help, and he hit it in his face too. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's nothing you can do about that. Nothing you can say. Like, what can you say bad about that, man? Like, this dude was just different, man. 2 people.
All right, number
Game
8
on the
Sports.
line.
I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time, and enjoy.
There's the play of the game right there.
Larry used to come in the locker rooms. He'd be getting his ankles taped, and he'd say, you know, hey, ball boy, run in and go find the scoring record in this building. You know, he needed those kind of challenges.
Anybody better than Larry Bird?
Put that pressure on himself.
No, Larry's probably the best trash talker. And you know the best thing about Larry now? He's so buttoned down now. He's just like, I didn't do that. Man, that guy lied. He's just the best trash talker. And he denies everything.
Hey, you guys, if you're active on Facebook, I can really recommend Open Court. As an NBA fan, you should find everything you need. If it's funny NBA videos, impressive highlights, or even NBA news, I check out Open Court every day.
Man, that's hilarious, man. He said Bird to this day, if he buttoned down, denied it. Oh man, I never did. I can picture that too. That's what makes it so funny. But this is it for the video, man. If you did enjoy this video, do me a big favor, man. Smash that thumbs up button. Also, if you're new to the channel, man, make sure you subscribe. Or if you already watching the videos, but you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe now. And when you subscribe, click that post notification bell to be notified on all things Rob Television. I'm out this thing. Gang.